Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk semuanya. Perkenalkan, nama saya Posianadius Bernike dengan NIM 33210134. Saya dari Prodi Sastra Inggris. Kali ini saya ingin mempresentasikan proyek UAS sintaks saya. So, in this topic, I choose the topic number 1 and number 5, and it's about deep structure and subject auxiliary inversion. So let's start from the first slide. Okay, part 1, the subject auxiliary inversion. Let me introduce about what is the subject auxiliary inversion. So the subject auxiliary inversion rule is a sentence structure where the subject and auxiliary words switch place in a sentence. In English grammar, subject auxiliary inversion is the movement of an auxiliary verb to a position in front of the subject of a main clause, also called subject operator inversion. The location of an infinitive auxiliary or helping verb to the left of the subject is called sentence initial position. Okay, we're going to the next slide. Here are the examples about subject auxiliary inversion. So, subject auxiliary inversion refers to a phenomenon in English where the typical declarative word or the subject auxiliary verb is instead realized as auxiliary subject verb. This inversion occurs in yes-no questions. For instance, questions that seek an answer of either yes or no. Here are the examples. Many workers have joined the union. Have many workers joined the union? If the corresponding declarative has no auxiliary, the auxiliary do is used in the inversion construction. If there are multiple auxiliaries in the clause in which inversion is to take place, the first one inverse. Here the example. The protesters gathered in the square. Did the protesters gather in the square? Those students have been studying all night. Have those students been studying all night? Have been those students studying all night? Been those students have studying all night? Besides yes-no questions, subject auxiliary inversion also take place. Okay, this is the topic number 1. It's about deep structure. So let me explain about this topic. In this presentation, we will embark on a voyage to discover deep structure syntax. Well, delve into the hidden layer of meaning that underlines sentence and explore how it shapes our comprehension of language. By the end, you will gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities and nuances of human communication. Deep structure is the underlying level of syntactic representation within a sentence. It reflects the core meaning and grammatical relationship between words. Deep structure is distinct from surface structure, which refer to the actual word order and grammatical form of the sentence we hear or read. So think of deep structure as the the print of sentence. It defines the essential elements and their concept connect speaker. Think of deep structure as the print of a sentence. It defines the essential element and their connections independent of how they are ultimately placed on the surface. This level of representation allows us to capture the meaning regardless of variation in surface level on, independent of how they are ultimately placed on the surface. This level of representation allows us to capture the meaning regardless of variation in surface level. Okay, the next slide is talking about the key properties of deep structure. Deep structure acts as a foundation for both meaning and surface form. It lays out the fundamental relationship between words. The words are plugged in, and finally, the sentence is transformed into its spoken or written form while preserving the core meaning. So, defines a grammatical relation. Deep structure, specific the roles of words in a sentence, such as subject, object, and agent. Lexical insertion. Specific words are inserted into the deep structure to create the final sentence. Semantic interpretation. Meaning is derived from the deep structure before any transformation occur at the surface level. The next slide is unveiling meaning through deep structure. Deep structure helps us understand ambiguity. Sentences with identical surface structure can have different meaning based on their deep structure. Example, the man saw the woman with the telescope. Did he see her through it, or was he holding it? Deep structure clarifies relationship. By analyzing deep structure, we can understand how ideas connect across sentences. Deep structure allows for inference. We can draw conclusions beyond the surface meaning based on the underlying relationship. Deep structure example. Okay, so here are the example. You close the door. The door is closed by you. Close the door. The first sentence is active, second is passive, and the last is imperative. However, if you take a look those closely, you will find that those three are very closely related, even identical. They seem to be identical since they have the same underlying abstract representation that is called deep structure. So here are the 3D diagram about deep structure. Subject, noun. The sentence is you close the door. You is a pronoun. Verb is close. Noun phrase is the door. Determiner is the, and noun is door. Finally, here in part 2, so we have to solve all the problem and explain this case using the 3D diagram. Okay, the question is, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Second question is, the girl who is wearing a red dress is dancing. Third question is, Stefano saw the Ezekiel with the telescope. Fourth, she believes that the earth is round. Fifth, the house where I grew up has been demolished. Demolished. Okay, let me solve this question with diagram 3. So the subject is the quick brown fox jump over the lazy song. So the noun phrase is the quick brown fox. The is determiner, article, and noun is fox. Verb phrase is jumps over the dog, and the verb is jumps. Prepositional phrase is over the lazy dog, and the what is this? This is the phrase over preposition. Sorry, this is the preposition. Preposition is over, and we're going to the noun phrase here. The lazy dog. The is determiner, and lazy is adjective, and dog is a noun. Okay, here the question number 2. The question is the girl who is wearing a red dress is dancing. Okay, let me explain these questions with 3 diagrams. So the subject is the girl who is wearing a red dress is a dancing. So the sentence is the girl who is wearing a red dress is dancing. Here in the right is noun phrase, and in the left is verb phrase. Noun phrase here is the girl who is wearing a red dress. So the determiner here is the, and noun is a girl. A relative clause is who is wearing a red dress. We move to the verb phrase. So verb phrase here is wearing a red dress. Auxiliary verb is dancing. Noun phrase a red dress. Okay. And determiner is a. Red is adjective, and noun is dress. Okay, here are the next questions is Zevanyo saw the Ezekiel with the telescope. Okay, let me divide it into several parts. And let me explain first. Zevanyo saw the Ezekiel with the telescope is the whole sentence. So in the right, Zevanyo is noun phrase, and saw is a verb, determiner is the. So in the right is verb phrase. Sorry, I forgot to write the noun phrase here. So the noun phrase here is Zevanyo, and here in the left verb phrase the Ezekiel, and determiner is the, and noun is Ezekiel. Okay, we divided again into prepositional phrase. So the prepositional phrase is with the telescope. Preposition is with. Determiner is the, and the noun is telescope. Okay, the next slide is the question number 4. So the question is, she believes that the earth is round. Okay, let me explain into 3 diagram of syntax. And I have to solve this problem and divide it into several parts. The first is sentence. So in this question, this is all the sentence. She believes that the earth is round. Okay, we divided again into a noun phrase in the right one. This is here. Noun phrase is she. So why she is noun phrase is because uh, is a pronoun that acts as the subject on the sentence. So that's why she is noun phrase. So we divided again. So she, the word she is a pronoun, and the word believes is verb, and that the word that is complement. We're going to the left. We divide it into verb phrase. So the verb phrase here believes that the earth is round. We divide it again into complement phrase. The complement phrase here that the earth is round. We divided again into several parts here. That is complement, the is determiner, um, earth is noun. I think earth is noun. Is it is what is it? It is preposition, I think, and round is adjective. Okay, so this is the last question, the question number 5. So the question is the house where I grew up has been demolished. I have to explain this sentence into 3 diagram. So the first is about sentence. This is the sentence, and I have to divide it into several parts. First is noun phrase. The house is noun phrase, and the is determiner. House is noun. Where is complement. Pronoun is I. Verb is grew up. And on the left, verb phrase is has been demolished. Has is auxiliary. Been is verb. Demolished is also verb. Thank you, Miss. That's all for my presentation today. I apologize if there are any inappropriate words or any shortcomings in my presentation. This time I will try harder again. So once again, thank you very much.